sides of a story. Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
If we must die, let it not be like hogs, hunted and penned in an inglorious spot, while round us bark the mad and hungry dogs, making their mock at our accursed lot. If we must die, oh, let us nobly die, so that our precious blood may not be shed in vain. Then even the monsters we defy shall be constrained to honor us, though dead. O kinsmen, we must meet the common foe. Though far outnumbered, let us show us brave, and for their 1,000 blows deal one death blow. What though before us lies the open grave? Like men, we'll face the murderous cowardly pack, pressed to the wall, dying but fighting back.
The lips of the righteous teaches many, but fools die for want of wisdom. The rich man's wealth is in the city. Fixation of the soul is vanity. Destruction of the whole is their poverty. The poor man's wealth is in a holy place. Why do you fight each other? Why do you kill your brother? Then your reward will be the cemetery. in the cemetery. We got to build a better nation. Clean up job creation. Or there will be no future for you and me. The lips of the righteous, it teaches many, but fools die for want of wisdom. The rich man's wealth is in the city. Fixation of the soul is vanity. Destruction of poor people is poverty. The poor man's wealth is in a holy place.
It's the 22nd day of the first month of 2021, the International Year of Peace and Trust, the International Year of Creative Economy for Sustainable Development, the International Year of Fruits and Vegetables, the International Year for the Elimination of Child Labor, and the International Year of Health and Care Workers. Here in Jamaica, the month of January is still being observed as Earthquake Awareness Month and Soup Month. It's St. Vincent and the Grenadines Day in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it's also St. Vincent's Day in Valencia, Spain. Hoy es viernes el 22 de enero 2021 Y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa, Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones. Y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos.
Destruction of the poor is their poverty. The poor man's wealth is in a holy place.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15.
Healthcare workers are working very hard to ensure lives are saved and people recover quickly from COVID-19. But their work is becoming harder because you're not wearing your mask, washing your hands with soap and water, or using hand sanitizer, and you are not maintaining physical distance. Let's limit the need for hospital beds and ventilators. Do the right thing. Cover your nose and mouth with a mask. Practice good hand hygiene and maintain a physical distance of 6 feet between you and others. COVID-19 is not over. Protect yourself while protecting others. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
The following is a program advisory from Power 106 FM. Please be advised that the program Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas has been reduced to 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday, starting Monday, November 2. That is Dear Pastor, now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Power 106 FM apologizes for any inconvenience this program change may cause. The proceeding was a program advisory from Power 106 FM.
The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce presents MIIC Live on Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm every first and third Thursday at 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. Learn more about the manufacturing strategy, modernization in trading, foreign direct investments, and much more. Right here on Power 106 FM. This broadcast of MIIC Live is brought to you by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce.
Join Jason Downer, David Jeffrey, and Sekou Hunter every second and fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. live and exclusively on Power 106 FM for Magaba's Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Do you have a son? Are you the guardian for boys? Do you teach or work with boys? What are some of the challenges you face? Are you searching for answers? Are you concerned about the state of our nation boys and males in general? Raising boys, teaching boys, preparing boys. Magava Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Join us.
Why do you fight each other? Why do you kill your brother?
C'est vendredi le 22 janvier 2021 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez où que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service pour une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. All we're saying is it's Friday, the 22nd of January, 2021, and we greet you well wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
You and me.
We started out this afternoon with Claude McKay's If We Must Die, a poem he wrote in 1919 in response to race riots across American cities. It was a poem of such quality that it became an anthem of resistance everywhere. We then matched Claude McKay's poetry with the penetrative and deeply thoughtful yet soulful sound of the legendary Peter Tosh. Fools die. Good afternoon to those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Moran Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those of you tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you would have downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free. Listening is free whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have dialed a designated number to listen to Power 106 FM from the United States and the United Kingdom. We thank you for so choosing. And we say hello if you're watching on Facebook Live on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. Log on. Well, if you're not there yet, log on to Facebook and in the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you'll be able to not just hear, but see what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM. We thank those of you who have found us on YouTube. If you don't have a Facebook account and you're not familiar with Facebook at all, and you're accustomed, let's say, to going to YouTube for music, well, go to YouTube. And if you don't see this video trending, then in the YouTube search box, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you'll be able to watch what's happening in the studios of Power 106 FM, even as you're hearing what's coming out via the microphone. How about that? Looking forward to your full participation as usual. The numbers to call, 876-922-4112, 876-922-4113, 876-922-4114, and 876-922-4115. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, but also your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, and indeed you can call us on WhatsApp. We see Miss Olive trying to get in by calling us, except that she will have to wait in line because we noticed that Cuban in Georgia got in a call before Miss Olive, and he has been holding on the WhatsApp line, which is the same as the text line, and in some ways, well, not in some ways, it also acts as a straight line to the studios of Power 106 FM. So let's hear what Cuban in Georgia has to say. Good afternoon to you, Cuban in Georgia. Welcome to both sides of the story. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Sir Malcolm, and all the greetings and blessings and Happy New Year. And thanks for in my home and in my car for all these years. You know what I mean? This is my first time talking to you.
Well, it's
I always
it's good.
text you and everything and this and that, but this is my first time speaking to you.
Well, we're delighted that you took the time to call us and to share with us. We appreciate your call.
Yes. So, Sir Malcolm, what I want to talk about today is the Attorney General.
Sorry, if you could just pause for a moment. We're seeing a breaking story coming through from the Gleaner, indicating that former reggae boy Luton Shelton has died. Former reggae boy Luton Shelton has died.
Well, my condolences to his family.
Yes.
And Luton Shelton and all his family in Jamaica and in the world, wherever they are, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because whenever we lose one Jamaican, all of us here in the diaspora feel it, Sir Malcolm.
Yes, and likewise, we know we have lost quite a few Jamaicans who have been serving as nurses, doctors, and other community health workers, care workers, etc., all across the globe, not least of all in the United States. So we feel the same way.
Send condolence. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Because I know a lot of Jamaicans who have succumbed to this terrible virus, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I have to say condolence to all the Jamaicans in America and all over the globe that have suffered from this terrible pandemic.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
So you're going on to make a point. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
So what I want to talk about today is the AG report.
The Auditor General's report?
Yes, regarding the political ombudsman complaining of vote buying by both political parties and interference. And whenever time the political ombudsman get a report from the public, they got to report it to the politicians. What kind of nonsense is this, Sir Malcolm?
Well, the political ombudsman is just that. The political ombudsman is there to see to it that both sides, just like in football or soccer, as they say in America, there has to be some official to ensure that the game is played according to the rules. And
yes,
it's no different in competitive politics.
There is an infringement in the game. If there's an infringement in the game, it had to go to an higher official.
Yeah, I mean there are some cases that can be settled through some situations that can be settled through mediation and have been so settled. If there are others that rise to a level higher than just some misdemeanor, then that's where the court would come in. That would be a different matter. It might even become a police matter, and then it would be a matter for the justice system to deal with. But my impression is that the political ombudsman, the office of the political ombudsman, is quite deficient in terms of the kind of punitive sanctions that would that perhaps you're thinking of. They're just not there.
Yeah, so the political ombudsman has to have, they cannot report to the police or the attorney general. They got to report to the politicians who are committing the crimes. How could this be? That's what I'm saying.
No, hold on. What do you mean report to politicians who committing crimes? We don't know about that.
There's Mrs. Harlan Harrison Henry, the political ombudsman.
No, she's not the political ombudsperson. The ombudsperson is Donna Parchment Brown.
Okay, I'm sorry for the
Arlene Harrison Henry is the public defender. She's the public defender, which means she stands between the every Jamaican citizen and the state, as in the government. This person stands between us to ensure that the state is doing us no harm to the point where she has to step in.
Well, I'm talking about the political ombudsman.
Yes.
She's complaining that whenever time anybody report anything about political misconduct or vote buying.
Sorry, one moment, please. Let's take the break and come back.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:30. How do you want to start 2021? Do you want to start a business, create wealth, or build your brand? Then you must attend the Jamaica Stock Exchange's Investments and Capital Market Conference, January 26 through 28, to learn how to do these and more. Visit jamstockx.com to register or call JSC at 876-967-3271. Sponsored by Jeffries, NCB Capital Markets, TVJ, Pegasus Jamaica Observer, Oppenheimer, TNT Unit Trust Corporation, Cygnus, Phosphorus, CW Business, Beretta Investments, and Dollar Financial.
It's time to rethink what you knew about business. It's time to rethink what your plans were 3 months ago. Time to rethink what your business is worth, what brand you are, your market share. Forget about how you feel. Rethink it all. Open your mind to new possibilities, because in the midst of chaos, opportunities do exist. Let us help you find the answers. Exim Bank cares. Exim cares about your business. Exim cares about you.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and One Spot Media has a special gift for you and your family. Enjoy a 30% discount on our 6-month subscription plan and receive the gift of Jamaica's most authentic television and radio channels. Yup, you heard us correctly. Enjoy a 30% discount when you purchase a 6-month subscription plan from One Spot Media. Simply log into onespotmedia.com, select the 6-month subscription plan, and click subscribe. Offer ends January 31, so don't hesitate. Subscribe now and let One Spot Media connect you with home.
The following is a program advisory from Power 106 FM. Please be advised that the program Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas has been reduced to 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday, starting Monday, November 2. That is Dear Pastor, now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Power 106 FM apologizes for any inconvenience this program change may cause. The proceeding was a program advisory from Power 106 FM.
Why do you fight each other?
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. That's 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, and it also acts as a straight line to us right here in studio. That number is 876-365-3346. On that number, you can call us directly. You can send us your text messages. You can also send us your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, and you can WhatsApp us. You can call us via WhatsApp, as Cuban in Georgia has done. And so let's go back to that call now. Thanks for holding.
Yes, sir, Malcolm. Welcome back, sir.
Good to.
So I was saying that the political ombudsman cannot report any complaint to the police or the attorney general's office or the courts. They have to report the complaint to the politicians, who are the one who's issuing out the vote buying. How could this be?
No, but how can you come to that conclusion without evidence? You see, this is part of the problem.
That's what the political ombudsman said on another program the other day.
The political ombudsperson could never, ever have said without evidence and without herself dealing with it. It in fact would be to her detriment to have said something like that and not having acted. And not acted on it. In other words, if she had such evidence,
there is no powers for her to act on it. That's what I'm saying to you, Mr. Malcolm.
Yes, she can act on it, plain and simple.
She cannot act on it because
she can act on it. It doesn't stop her. It doesn't stop her from acting.
Who are doing the vote
it doesn't stop her from acting. It doesn't stop her. She can publicly declare that John Brown, they have evidence that John Brown, from representative from wherever, there is evidence that John Brown was involved in vote buying or was leading his whoever the candidate is for whichever area for
but Sir Malcolm, some of the people are afraid because the politician issue out the gun.
No, you keep saying that. Hello. Don't do that, man. This is not a rum bar. Come on now. We're not at a rum bar. That's not how we reason. You can't be making a statement like that. That's something that is said at the rum bar. You don't just say something, and not because you say something means that it is. Now, that's a serious allegation about a politician issuing gun. Now, I know maybe in your mind, there would have been a part of our history.
In the 80s, sir.
Hold on, let me finish. Listen. You're not going to.
It's still happening.
Listen, man. That's not how we reason. I'm saying to you,
yes.
I was going on to say there perhaps was a time in the history of Jamaica when certain behaviors became normative, and we hear all kinds of tales and stories, and some people will tell you about their experience of members of the political directorate being involved, whether directly or indirectly, with persons who use illegal weapons and claiming to be doing so on behalf of a political party. Now, your mind, obviously, that is riveted in your mind. And so that's why you can come here now and talk about politician issuing out gun. That narrative has changed. The narrative has changed as far as we are aware.
Okay.
So that is back in history. Right now, what we're talking about.
I have witnessed
all
of these
stuff. Hold on. If you witnessed all of that, did you tell your parents? Did your parents know about it? Did they report the matter to the police?
My parents had to take cover. Sir Malcolm. My brother was trapped in the back and trapped in the head running across the river.
Yes. By a politician?
By a political affiliate from another side.
But hold on there now. You see what we're talking about? You're talking about people who see themselves whether because they're encouraged by politicians or not, people who see themselves as foot soldiers for both sides who would have been engaged in political violence. Now, how does that doesn't translate into what you said earlier on about politicians issuing out guns? It doesn't connect. So I'm saying
it does because the political ombudsman is reporting. He cannot report to the police or the attorney general. He got to report to the same politicians who are having their henchmen all around the place and all of these things to intimidate the voters.
Yeah, but you are talking about a time in Jamaica that you experienced, and we're sorry to hear what you and your family went through. To God be the
people. A lot of people couldn't speak because they would get killed by the same gunman with the politician handed out the gun to.
Yeah, but you see, you and your family perhaps have not dealt with this matter from the standpoint of seeking counseling, because obviously it still bothers you.
I never looked towards the political party because I was running up and down with them, and I never get a sense from them.
You're not listening, man. You have some things that you want to get off your chest, and you just come here to get it off your chest. I'm saying to you.
I don't come here to get off. I'm reasoning with you, Sir Malcolm.
I'm saying to you.
I don't have none to get off my chest.
But that's what you've been doing. It is obvious. That's what you've been doing. It's been coming off. We've been hearing it. You've been saying it.
You know what? You need to like listen sometime. You can't be talking. You gotta listen.
No.
You got two mouths.
No.
You got 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Physician, heal thyself. Physician, heal thyself.
Okay, sir.
Listen,
Malcolm,
please. I'm saying to you, and this is why you will continue to have this kind of reaction. I was going on to suggest that perhaps you and your family have not benefited from the kind of counseling that would have helped you to deal with that which happened, which you said you witnessed way back when.
Okay, sir.
So I'm suggesting to you, because that perhaps, and I haven't heard you said otherwise, that you got counseling. Without that, it means you would not have
counseling. I've been to the United States. I've been to college. I got my degree and everything.
No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about qualification.
Okay.
I am talking about a counselor, somebody who's trained, whether in psychology or psychiatry, to be able to help you and your family to deal with that which you saw and what they experienced, what you all experienced back then.
But Sir Malcolm, it's not me alone. It's a lot of people in Jamaica.
No, but that's not the point. That's not the point we're making. We're making the point that perhaps why you feel so strongly about it, and it comes off your tongue the way it does, it's because you perhaps did not experience what is called closure. Some kind of closure, some kind of coming to grips with what happened, dealing with the emotions.
I did, but what I see what's going on in Jamaica
Hold on, slow down.
I couldn't keep my...
Hold on, just slow down. We're not in a hurry. Slow down.
Yes.
You said you did. At what point? At what point did you get some kind of counseling to deal with what you experienced back then?
I went through like medical therapy in America. I went through college. I went through like all these different places with disability people and work with everybody. I was a security guard in Jamaica.
Yeah.
My first job as a Jamaican was a security guard, and I didn't get no justice.
And that's what we're hearing. That's what I'm saying. In listening to you, that is what we're hearing. That is how you feel. But I'm saying to you, even as you seek justice, do justice. So it can't be that you're, but you're not doing justice when you're slandering people. Mind you, you didn't call any names, but you're by broad brushing the group that you call politicians. That's slandering. That's slandering everybody. That's piling. Malcolm, that's throwing all 63.
Malcolm, to be honest and to be fair with you, I born in Jamaica. My parents and my mother and my father born in Jamaica. From I was born, I saw train, I saw buses, I saw manufacturing, I saw people going to work. I saw everything that was good. I saw cane farming, I see bauxite, everything. And now there is nothing. What
here you go now. You just hold on. You just undermined everything you said by saying right now there is nothing. That is just not true to say that there is nothing. That's not true. You can talk about the diminution, the breakdown, the maybe not enough local manufacturing as we had before, etc., etc.
Yes,
you can talk about, but not to say nothing. When you use an absolute term like that, you undermine your argument.
I apologize for that.
Hold a moment, please. Hold on. One moment.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:45. How can you make your business thrive in the new normal? By using the most powerful IT solutions from Digicel Business Hub to optimize your business operations. High-speed Wi-Fi, mobile and office phones, IT security, Microsoft Office with Teams, and much more. Get Digicel Business Hub, world-class IT from just $399 USD a month for 5 users. Visit us today on www.digicelbusiness.com.
Tune into Farm Talk, 6:18 to 6:35 a.m. the first Tuesday of every month, and 6:18 to 6:45 p.m. the last Tuesday of every month for First Hand in the Field. Real issues, real solutions. Join the Newport First Hand team in the field as they identify problems and tell you how to address them. First Hand in the Field, Real Issues, Real Solutions is brought to you by Newport First Hand Jamaica Limited, the first on the land.
The following is a program advisory from Power 106 FM. Please be advised that the program Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas has been reduced to 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday, starting Monday, November 2. That is Dear Pastor, now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Power 106 FM apologizes for any inconvenience this program change may cause. The proceeding was a program advisory from Power 106 FM.
The rich man's wealth is in.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Thanks for holding. Please continue.
Yes, sir, Malcolm. I'm sorry to say nothing, but
no, I mean, it's okay. I'm just trying to help you here in putting your argument together, that when you use a word like nothing in this context, sir, it's like it's unbelievable.
I have to apologize because there is some development, but what I was saying, it was like we should be on a greater part than we are.
You're perfectly correct. It's something we have talked about for years. You are perfectly correct. Had we not wasted all the time and resources and mismanaged
and resources and assets and all these things.
Yeah, you're perfectly correct. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you hear I'm venting at you or at the Jamaican government, but I'm saying as people who go to university and have their degrees and all these things, they cannot fix these issues that are affecting the simple Jamaican people.
Perhaps the problem is we're always looking for a messiah to fix all the problems, as opposed to recognizing that each of us is a solution to the problem by virtue
Sir
of what
Malcolm,
we do or fail to do. Yes.
we don't have to look to no Messiah. We have all the resources. We have banana, we have cane, we have what do call it now, cassava, we have avocado, every kind of product where you can think of where the world need. And we just sitting idle and people are run up and down with gun and kill people. This is nonsense.
We agree.
So I want to touch on the 2030 vision now, Sir Malcolm.
Yes, the 2030 vision, making Jamaica the place of choice to live, raise families, do business. Yeah.
So I don't hear nothing in that vision that says there's going to be an infrastructure development. There's going to be a train system from the 14th parish underground.
No, but that is not what it is. You perhaps might want to take a look. If you go to the Planning Institute of Jamaica's website, you will get the essence of what Vision 2030 is.
But Sir Malcolm,
in other words, it doesn't necessarily deal with the operational details. What it does is it's a vision. It outlines a vision of where we hope to be within by a certain period of time, and the skeleton, the frame, the benchmarks, the guidelines, etc. But operationally, no, it doesn't get to the gravamen of the operation.
So where does the operational part of the infrastructure come in, sir?
That's a state apparatus that has responsibility for that. So, for example, the National Works Agency, which is responsible for maintaining our more than 700 bridges across the country, plus our entire, not the entire, but a significant portion of our road network. The other portions are the responsibility of the municipal corporations, and in its instances, they have to contract firms that are in the business of road construction, rehabilitation, etc., to do the operational part of the work.
So what I'm saying, Sir Malcolm, all of these roads that they're putting in on infrastructure, they're spending money on highways and all these things. If we have a category 5 hurricane and people supposed to go to work, how are they going to get to work, sir? They're going to skip the work for that day?
What do you mean? We would respond as we have always responded once there is a...
Or put in an emergency alert and people don't get to work. That's non-productive, sir.
No, we would have to respond to acts of nature. If we get a report from the National Meteorological Service that there is a weather system likely to negatively impact the island, then the Emergency Operations Center is activated, and all the steps to be taken preparatory to the arrival of a storm system will then be taken. That's just a fact of life. We live in the tropics, so we're bound to be impacted by weather systems.
What I'm proposing for the 2030 vision, all these scholars from the university and all these degrees and all these people who's very educated and claim to be uptown people.
No, don't do that now, because we have the entire country is replete with people who have achieved a level of performance in their respective vocation or profession, and they weren't born with gold spoons. They're from every community in Jamaica. We have about 775 communities in Jamaica, according to the Social Development Commission. And we have people who have come out of these communities who have achieved greatness in terms of their performance. They are in positions where they have demonstrated that they are performers. And so it's not the point I'm making is the point I'm making is it's not, we don't just need those of us who manage to get an education, whether up to high school level or university level. We need all hands on deck. Everybody has something to contribute one way or another. We all have a purpose to serve in building this new Jamaica.
I agree with you, Sir Malcolm. But when you look at it from my perspective from the outside, I'm not seeing that happening in the bubble.
What are you looking to see?
I'm looking to see the all stakeholders working together as partners to get this thing up and running and everything moving in accordance, in one accordance.
Well, let's give ourselves some credit. We have made some steps. For example, there was a time when we would just run with it as far as government spending is concerned, in terms of not observing strict fiscal responsibility. And so there was a breakdown, there was a crisis and a breakdown in, you remember the housing crisis in 2008, 2009. And that caused problems right here in Jamaica. We had we had an IMF agreement, and we weren't able to fulfill our part of the bargain because the civil servants were clamoring, the nurses wanted what was theirs in terms of et cetera, public sector workers, and we had a lot of issues arising from that. A decision was taken subsequent to that no, we can't continue like this. We have to fix this.
Yes.
We have to fix this. And so from the very administration that had problems with the IMF over to the new, so that would be the JLP administration, by the time to the PNP administration, by the time the PNP administration would have been close to the end of their tenure in office, we had in place sound fiscal and prudential policies in place.
That's the PNP, right? The PNP?
Yes, which under normal circumstances and based on the history of this country and what we have seen and experienced, we usually chop and change with the change of from one political party to a political administration to another, chopping and changing. That did not happen. In fact, that has not happened. So the JLP handed over to the PNP handed back to the JLP, and the JLP has continued along that path of maintaining a level of fiscal prudence. And that continues to the point now. And remember as well, there was the Economic Program Oversight Committee, EPOC. It's still in existence for the time being until it is replaced by a fiscal commission. So this is a body that is supposed to, if a political party or a leader of a political party in power in this country decides to do away with or otherwise engage in maladministration, then there are going to be certain reins, certain constraints, certain checks and balances that
they gotta be reined
right?
in.
Absolutely. So that if they appear to be heading down the wrong road in that respect, and this body is supposed to be an independent body. So EPOC itself is an independent body, and they're going to transition from the Economic Program Oversight Committee to what is called a fiscal commission. So that is to ensure that we continue along the path coming up from that being sealed.
Yes. I am happy to hear that, Sir Malcolm.
So hold on. That's just one example. The other example would be in relation to safety and security in Jamaica. There is a body which involves stakeholders, private sector, the church. Everybody is a part of that. There are certain targets that have been set that the stakeholders are expected to meet. And when they fail to meet, there's supposed to be a level of accountability, etc. So we are taking steps to get to that point.
I'm happy to know that all of these bodies are in place, because we cannot afford the government to be mismanaging the resources of the country for years and years and not being held accountable.
Yes, you're spot on there. We still have a problem. Where the Auditor General and her team do their usual scouring of the books and checking to see, and we're talking about more than 200 public sector agencies and departments whose books have to be monitored and tested by the Auditor General. And the Auditor General, the Department of the Auditor General, they continue. They've been doing their work for years and presenting the findings, but there is a deficit.
Accountant General of Department.
Sorry, one moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3 o'clock.
Let the show begin. Happy show.
Soak up the real Jamaican folklore in our brand new podcast, Kin Teeth and Hot Bun. Renowned storyteller Amina Blackwood Meeks brings life to the moments in true Jamaican style.
When you hear click, you cock your ears. And when you say crack, the story open.
Kin Teeth and Hot Bun, the Gleaner's brand new podcast series with storyteller Amina Blackwood Meeks. Available on SoundCloud, Google Podcast, Stitcher, and Deezer.
Are you still there?
Yes, sir.
Right. So let me just wrap and then allow you to comment after this. The problem we're having, the Auditor General has been doing her work. In fact, the department, even before her, the department has been doing its work. The problem is, having presented the findings or the findings of the Auditor General's report, having been studied by members of the Public Accounts Committee and the Public Administration and
that is the politician
so
right there, Sir Malcolm.
Right. From both sides. Remember now.
From both sides, because we are on both sides, so we have to talk about both sides.
Yes. So here's the thing now. The problem we're having is that we hear that there have been instances of malfeasance, maladministration, people not doing what they're supposed to be doing, spending a certain amount of money without approval, etc., without the requisite approval. And the problem is, people are, on the face of it, from what we have seen and read and experienced so far, people are not being held accountable for these, because I think there's an element of the public sector regulations which make provisions for people in the public sector to pay back money that they would have misspent or otherwise misappropriated.
I'll go to prison.
If it rises to that level. So the problem is, we're either going to get serious about bringing into force the existing sanctions and penalties for messing up, to put it mildly, in these agencies.
From your mess with the state fund, it's supposed to be held accountable and be prosecuted criminally.
And there are those who are before the courts for that right now. But so the point I'm making is we need to see more of that. And if it means that we need to revisit the existing legislation and regulations and procedures to give them more teeth, then so be it, because that is where we're falling down right now. We're still falling down in that area.
Well, that's why I'm calling for the political ombudsman to get more powers to report to the Attorney General or the police directly instead of reporting the malfeasance to the politicians.
No, but there's, technically speaking, there's nothing to stop. Again, it depends on the level. Remember now, the court is not a, you can't just bring something flippant to the court. You might very well get into trouble with the judge for doing that. You have to have the substance. You have to have the evidence, because it can't be hearsay. If it's hearsay,
that is why I told you that people are scared to come out to talk, because if they talk, they're gonna get killed, and the family have to move from the community, and they gotta run away.
But here's another thing now. If we're talking about a police matter, that obviously becomes a court matter at some point. We have.
But once the bad man them know say you have give evidence, Sir Malcolm, you not go run where you find them dead.
But hold on, we're explaining now that we now have we've always had an excellent system of witness protection. There has never ever, and I'm knocking on wood here, there's never ever been a breach. There has never been a breach in the witness protection system. So we do have that. Also, the court system has become even more digitized than before. So that
I can't tell about the court system, because whenever time I get a document from the Supreme Court in Jamaica, I can walk anywhere in the world and wave it through any immigration or any custom.
Yes.
And I'm free to go.
Yeah, and so what they've also done is they're using more of the technology so that I don't have to be in the same courtroom as the person I'm testifying against. So that technology is here now. So we can, there is that.
You know, before you just talk about the courts, Sir Malcolm, I hear the police them say that they can't find these people where fire the shot them all about the place.
No,
in America where I live,
hold on there now, man.
They got a thing
I don't
called
think,
the shot
no,
spotter.
but no policeman in Jamaica would incriminate himself, policeman or woman would incriminate themselves in that way by saying they can't find them. No, in fact, I've heard the police commissioner and there is evidence. We've been saying on this program that as bad as things are in Jamaica, where crime and violence are concerned, we have been, and the evidence supports this, that we have been doing better in terms of the speed with which we are accosting suspects and bringing them to justice. We seem to be doing better at that based on...
Yes, sir.
Because, I mean, I listen to virtually almost every newscast in Jamaica, and I try to follow the papers because I always want to stay on top of things. And these are the things I listen for. The case that was, the crime that was committed at, like, for example, yesterday we heard of the conviction of a couple of individuals involved in the murder of a woman and a taxi man. And that was a story that went viral because of cameras, use of technology, CCTV cameras that were outside that apartment complex that captured the individuals on motorcycles, driving up the motorcycles beside the vehicle and shooting up that vehicle. Well, the people who committed that crime were convicted yesterday.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Well, Sir Malcolm, when I come down there, I don't want to be like running on this and that, and people are trying to kill me. I don't want that. That thing is not good.
No, as bad as things are in Jamaica, and I don't know if we have time for this, but we do these killings, whereas it might happen elsewhere in the world, random killings. In Jamaica, as bad as things are, we don't the evidence is not showing up random killings. It's showing intimate partner violence. It's showing family, interfamily violence. It's showing community against community violence. It's showing gang violence, etc. And so what happens sometimes tragically and sadly is that somebody do me something and I go and do back that person something, or him do somebody who I'm connected something. And I just want to know which part him there at a particular point in time. So he might very well be playing dominoes at the bar, and his back is turned to in such a way that I can attack from that point. So I'm going to attack him for whatever reason, and those around him might end up being injured or killed because I am bent on revenge to get back at this person. So that would be one example of where you would have multiple people being impacted. And then there are those who are trying to make a quick getaway. And so the idea is to scare everybody else in the way.
Because Sir Malcolm, I'm not cut you, but when we hear all those news in the diaspora and we want to come down for the COVID, and we get scared. We want to come down and spend a little money, have a little time and enjoy with everybody, and go buy Mr. Matty one beer, go buy Uncle Tom one cupcake or something. You understand me?
Understandably so. The fear is understandable, but when you drill down to it, it can be identified where this thing happened, where the other thing happened. It's not like the entire country is on fire, right? It's like I used to, before I went to Haiti, because of all the stories I had heard and the pictures I had seen and the videos, etc., I was just a little, let's just say, a little anxious to get over my anxiety of going to Haiti, to put it that way. When I landed in Haiti and went through immigration, and thank God for the little French that I did in school and that I have a degree in, that I could communicate with them in French as well. And picked up at the airport. And because of the reputable entity that invited us to Haiti, but I was free to move about. I moved about. Nobody was troubling me anywhere in Haiti, which would be similar to Jamaica. People, as bad as things are, people don't just trouble you like that out of the blues, as bad as things are, right? And it's not unique to Jamaica and all other countries. So
Sir Malcolm.
Yeah. All right. So
I'm looking forward to coming back home and visit all my old people. I'm gonna buy them like a beer, a red stripe beer, or them ginger beer, or them dragon, anything what them want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, we look forward to that actually. But as we have been saying to our people here in Jamaica, we have to make our communities safer. If our communities are safer, it means they might be driving through our community. Exactly, more money will come into the community. People are going to be driving.
Sometimes if one time me come to Jamaica, no Sir Malcolm, and me come there, say me come with $1,000. Me not come back with no money. Me I spend it off the whole I eat down then.
Yes.
And that I go straight to the Jamaican economy.
Yeah. Of course, there are communities I'm driving through because I love fruits. I'm driving through a community and I notice there's a fruit vendor there. And I might stop and buy some fruits. But then I hear that 2 people were killed near to the place where I bought the fruits. I am not going to stop there again.
You see what I'm saying?
Right? So people in these communities need to understand that the safer your community, the better for you, your family, and everybody else.
Kill the people, call the police and say that man, you know, because in my community when I was small, you know, when a strange man coming in the community, you know,
everybody knows. Yes.
Everybody know, and they call the police station and them tell them say, yo, there's a strange man about here, we don't know him in a way. And then you see the police come take him up and he said he was wanted for something, some killing at Kingston or whatever.
Yes.
We have to get back to the neighborhood watch and these things.
Yeah, and you know we still have neighborhood watch program in Jamaica, but I don't get the impression it's as vibrant as it should be. But we still have neighborhood watches around. I'm sure our discussion has stimulated a lot of interest. There are people who have been trying to call through on the line that you're on, and there are others who are calling the regular lines. Well, thank you very much.
Sir Malcolm. Thank you, man. It was a good pleasure talking to you, and I'll talk to you more.
Please do.
God bless.
Blessings
God
to you
bless
too.
you.
Bless you too.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the
Manners and
call.
respect every time.
Every time. Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And Miss Olive has been having kittens, as the expression goes, trying to get on from 2 o'clock this afternoon. Go ahead, Miss Olive, please. Good afternoon.
But you know, soon go to the thing there. Soon go to advertisement.
We still have 20 seconds.
No, nobody give me that. Me wait.
All right.
I wait until after this.
Hold the line, please. Hold the line, please.
You and me.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:15.
NIS pensioners, early encashment continues. Pension order vouchers with payable dates in January 2021 may be encashed as of Thursday, January 7. All payments for the month of January may be collected at once at your nearest post office. Please note that pension order vouchers can only be encashed at post offices. A message from the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
Tune in this and every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. for Kids Connect during Both Sides of the Story with Dervan Malcolm. Join us in a series of discussions on the care and protection of our children. We also invite children to call in and voice their concerns. Kids Connect is brought to you by the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA. Every child deserves protection. That's a discussion program on the care and protection of our children. Kids Connect during Both Sides of the Story at 3:30 p.m. this and every Tuesday, right here on Power 106 FM.
The following is a program advisory from Power 106 FM. Please be advised that the program Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas has been reduced to 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday, starting Monday, November 2. That is Dear Pastor, now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Power 106 FM apologizes for any inconvenience this program change may cause. The proceeding was a program advisory from Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. The floor is yours, Miss Olive.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I have spoken to you maybe more than once about the situation with the JUTC buses. And I'm going to be at it again and again. Hopefully somebody will hear and do something about it. I am reading in the newspaper a couple of days ago, could have been yesterday or the day before, about these people with disabilities who is having problem with traveling on the bus, getting onto taxis and buses. Dervan, it is very, very disheartening. Government need to do something about these people. It's not on the buses that going up to the rehabilitation thing up in Papi that people travel on buses, blind people, people in wheelchair, them see a taxi and them ask the taxi if them can help you. And the taxi man tell them no, we can't help you. And all them, I mean, they build this new building in Portmore here, not accessible to people with disability. Dervan, what's going on? What disability people not have no use, they not have no say, they not have no rights. It's only people who can walk and see have rights. I mean, Dervan, it is very heartrending, and I am so upset about it. Them bossing how much buses coming from when last year, how much buses, how many of them is accessible to people with wheelchair and people who are blind and can't see.
Yes, it's
I mean, Dervan, it is very heartrending, man. Prime Minister and the Finance Minister and the Minister of Transport and things need to shut up and do something about this. It's not right, because there are people too. There are people too. And they want to get where they want to go in good time instead of waiting until special bus come to carry them. What kind of foolishness that?
Yes, well,
I have been through it, Dervan. Well, now my children don't allow me to take the bus anymore because I can't manage to step up into the bus. I can't. So now I have to wait. When I go to KP for an appointment, if my appointment is in the morning, I have to wait until 5 o'clock when my daughter leave work to bring me home because I cannot go on the bus. I can't manage the bus. That is not right. That is so unfair. I believe I'm becoming a normal vex. When I read the article again and see this blind person talking about them, them sit down beside each other.
Yes, I read it.
I mean, it grieved my heart, Dervan.
Yes.
Grieved my heart. And I hope somebody who have little chat, who love chat a whole heap, will do something about this foolishness. It can't make no sense.
Yeah, if we are to achieve one of the goals of Vision 2030 is to have an inclusive society, which means nobody is forgotten, nobody is left out, everybody counts. And that is, we obviously need to do more, a whole lot more in that respect. I mean, or we have an advocate in Senator the Honorable Dr. Floyd Morris, who has now been called to higher service with the United Nations entity.
United Nations, I'm so proud of him, Dervan. I told you that the other day.
So to the point now where he has taken the decision to give up his post as the opposition spokesperson on these matters, and that has now fallen to Senator Lambert Brown, and everybody knows that Senator Lambert Brown is irrepressible, and so let's see if he can lend his voice to the cause of persons with disabilities.
Yes, he should know, because his mother, who died a few months ago, had a problem with thing. Luckily, she wasn't into the bus thing, because he and maybe some other relative would take her wherever she wants to go. But I am hoping and praying that he will take this on big time and don't make nobody shut him down, because this is important business. Disability people have rights too. Disability people have rights too, Dervan, and I can't tell you how mad I am about it. And about what's his name who died this morning? Shelton. You know, it's last week, you know, because every now and then I call Mr. What's his name now? The guy there. Oh God, I spoke to him this morning today when I heard you gave the news flash. Mr. Giudini. Every now and then I call him to find out how he's doing. And last week he came across my mind, you know, and I don't know why I never called and find out how he was doing, because I've always kept in touch to see how he was doing. And I must convey condolence to his family and everybody who knows him and who has been in his corner. May God rest his soul. Okay, Dervan.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Okay, Dervan.
Bye-bye. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. 876-922-4112-5. Thanks for your patience. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, a long time I listen over the years, you know. So I'm living on company deals.
Thank you for your continued listenership and support.
What is this first calling you?
Thank you. What's on your mind this afternoon?
Yeah, what me dey on my mind now, I told the country I run and to I go on the country rather. And the people them attack. But when I realize the people them put God in the thing, they must say take a scientific way. Yeah, I'm gonna phone in and talk about scientific on other stations. So if you study the scientific way in America when they run it and read some books and see in a scientific way to change it. The youth them. But what can change youth them mind? It's a spiritual, they have to use spirituality. Because anything God knows in cannot life because God is spice. So when they take God out of your life, then just take out the spice. So what the problem is? Without vision, remember, you know, Proverbs 29 verse 18 tells you without vision will perish. And even Hosea 4:6. People then perish because of lack of knowledge. My people, word of God says so. So Jamaica have a spiritual problem. So even academically, it's not education and anything there. So take, because you could have education look more. If you have spirituality, because some people have education and still let them a fool, because wisdom is not a subject in school. So even though you couldn't change police or change the commissioner look more. Police can everywhere at the same time. So they must put love in the youth their mind. I love prevent crime. That's why me have a poem when I say love is great. Yet is every burden with. Don't carry a burden with, don't carry hate. Carry love which comes from God above. Love is great. Every good gift and every perfect gift comes from above. But the greatest gift from above is love, love, love. God is love. Christ is love. Love is great. Greatest gift in life have no price. Greatest gift in life come from Christ. Love is the greatest gift in life. Love is so nice, so sweet, so unique. You know, have love, your life incomplete. Love cannot get defeated. See it? God is love. Jesus Christ is love. Love is great. But tell them to show love all the time, not some of the time, all the time, because love prevents crime. Some people say love blind. Love no blind. Learn to read signs. Love have eyes, but you just have to be wise. Love can see. Love come from God Almighty. I say love is great. Yet is every burden with. Don't carry a burden with. Don't carry hate. Carry love which come from God above. Love is great. For God told of the people in the world that He gave His only begotten Son. That whosoever believeth in Him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Love is the greatest gift in life. Love is so nice. Have love. Give love. Show love. God is love. Christ is love. Love is great. Yes, my brother. So, that not tell them now, say, what if you do? Put the love in the youth in mind. Because it's Deuteronomy 6, start from verse 4 to 9. It tell us, say, when you them go to bed, you tell them about love. And when you wake up in the morning, you tell them about love again. And when you tell them to walk here or go school or wherever, you teach them about God, which is love. And if you put it on your gate, because even know I love is gate on the gate. So you have to have love and put love in the youth their mind. I love I go prevent crime. You couldn't put police can everywhere at the same time. So even when you do police, you know, they move and you have wickedness in your heart, you go on to the police ground, then you have to go do what you do. Police can't stop it. It's love you have to use. And don't blame the police, them do as much as they can and it's so that them do good work. So I love it. So if you don't have love in the youth, they might not go work, sir. So bless you. PM Malcolm.
Thank you very much for the call. All the best.
Yes, sir. Yeah, bless.
Take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. The text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Good afternoon, Jamaica time, to Rose McIntosh in London, where it's, let's see, it's just after 8 o'clock, coming up to 8:30 in the evening in the UK now. Melanie Dingwall says, hey, first time being here from Melanie Dingwall, or do you say Melanie? No, Melanie. Looks like Melanie. Melanie Dingwall. Yeah. Welcome, Melanie Dingwall. Good to have you on board on the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in here on Both Sides of the Story. Al Green says, good day, Sir Malcolm. You have a famous name there, Al Green. Big ups to you and your team. Thank you very much, Al Green. All the very best to you too. To the phone lines once again. Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Honorable.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. You would have a thing to seal up from yesterday, but you say, me for wait, but you not call me back. Come like the program done.
I think your call got disconnected.
Okay, come I say, me know you not do a thing like that. Anyway, where we that talk about? We that talk about the school where the government locked down in the COVID.
Which school did the government lock
All
down?
school, through the COVID.
The announcement that was made on Thursday, the 12th of March, 2020, that effective Friday the 13th, all schools would be closed. Yes, but since then, there was a soft opening involving the grades 11, 12, and 13, the CSEC and CAPE exam cohort, so that they were the first to experience any form of reopening. And then subsequent to that, we have seen where initially 17 schools were to have been part of a pilot program just to see how they were able to manage face-to-face classes again with all the COVID-19 protocols in place. And then they have sought to add more schools, and more schools are coming on board in that regard. So technically speaking, we do have more schools reopening for face-to-face classes, and there are schools where on some days they're at home or wherever else working from computers or tablet computers. On other days, they are in class.
True. So me have to know that the government open school or reopen school. Now reason some youth on the bus day before yesterday.
All right, sorry to cut you here, but we need to take a break. One moment, please.
Vexation of the soul is vanity. Destruction of poor people is poverty. The poor man's wealth is in a holy place.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now.
Apologies for the late time signal. A bit of a technicality with our computer system, but it's now 3:32 p.m.
But we're still at a big bite there right now, man. You're wicked. You know the road code and the safety game must wear down.
Me just ride my girl. Me run road around me. Anyway, go on with the election.
First of all, you have to know the road code and your bike for license. And you must wear helmet, proper shoes, knee, elbow, and shoulder pads.
I know that.
So why you not do it? You look like you have a dead weight.
You said not more, my girl. Don't fix that today.
Remember, road safety begins with you.
A message from the Road Safety Unit, Ministry of Transport and the Mine.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, and One Spot Media has a special gift for you and your family. Enjoy a 30% discount on our 6-month subscription plan and receive the gift of Jamaica's most authentic television and radio channels. Yup, you heard us correctly. Enjoy a 30% discount when you purchase a 6-month subscription plan from One Spot Media. Simply log into onespotmedia.com, select the 6-month subscription plan, and click subscribe. Offer ends January 31, so don't hesitate. Subscribe now and let One Spot Media connect you with home.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Let's continue. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so me I say, me come on a bus with some school children, and me and them a reason, and them a tell me say, them parents have to sign a document for them return to school in this COVID year. And me hear a call at the call about it, and you say, they will check it out. You know, but me I confirm, say the youth, them show me that. So, it is a liability why the government open school in a COVID and make parents have to sign for them pick go back. That means if you should have my opinion, if you should have an outbreak,
it's not against, technically speaking, it's not against their will. Parents have made, there are some parents who have decided and are determined not to send their children back to school. And those students are benefiting still from online learning.
And those who send them children, decide to send them children back to school, they have to sign a document, agreement with the government. That means if we should have an outbreak, a coronavirus, and youth them catch COVID, them can't blame the government.
Well, first of all, I have not been able to independently verify whether that is in fact so. And therefore, we wouldn't want to be speaking of it as if it is a fact at this stage.
What is a fact?
Yeah, because we have not been able to independently verify that which you have said.
Say the liability why the parents have to sign.
Yes.
So what is the purpose of them signing for them children go back to school?
Again, we have not been able to independently verify what you are saying. And so on that basis, we are not going to take that part of the argument any further, except to say that there are parents and guardians who are determined out of fear or otherwise not to send their children out to school.
Okay. So I am saying, I tell where the youth, them show me yesterday, say them parents.
And you have told us that. So can we?
So I want to find out from the government, not you in person, but from the Prime Minister and the Minister of Education. You know, when we open face-to-face school and the youth then catch COVID. If you go tell the parents, they say them did sign. Like the other day, never a family member will go to the doctor and they must say them to sign a paper for some surgery. So yeah, the doctor and the nurse said to me, say, when can she sign, them can go through the operation. If she don't sign, then can't do it.
Which is not unique. That happens once you are going to do surgery. If you are still in your right frame of mind, you can sign. If not, then you designate a family member to sign on your behalf. So
me that say youth. So me say if anything should have happened within that surgery, is you the sign to the operation go on, so you couldn't blame the doctor or the hospital or the institution.
But all operations, no matter anything can happen when you're doing an operation. It's just like we're living in an environment now where anything can happen. With the best of intentions, those of us who wear our masks, those of us who sanitize religiously or wash our hands frequently, those of us who ensure that we keep our distance, especially in public spaces, etc., with the best of intention, there are many of us who have contracted COVID-19, although we didn't go out there to get it. It's just a fact of life, but we try to be as careful as possible. Our schools that have reopened, one in particular, there was a case, and immediately they shut down the school. They isolated the individual student, and the Ministry of Health and the other entities played their part, and the school is back and up again.
Yes, so the typical example may I share with the youth, the family member, when he returned to the doctor, call the coincident go on, the administration assure them say them never force them to sign, or them sign. They never hold their hand and sign no paper. So this is liability me I talk about when you sign. Read before you sign, you must be quick to sign a document.
Well, that is an
No,
excellent word of advice to all of us. But I would imagine so many of us are guilty of not doing that, because online, when you click on certain websites, applications, etc., there is an agreement, and invariably we don't read the agreement. More often than not, we don't read it. We just click on I agree so that we can get on with our business.
Yes, so I tell the parents, them say, them should check it out before them sign and find out where the government depend. Because if anything happens to them picking at school, I know that the government can say,
if that is in fact so, yes.
All right. The next thing when me that say differently, I know. Rascava. I want him to Google up this thing and share with the nation. The Imperial Lion of Judah insignia that Emperor Haile Selassie give to us when he visit Jamaica, Rastafari in general, what it means, for us as a people. All your listeners, I want them Google up that and share it with me.
Yeah, well, you obviously are on a mission to get everybody to do your work, because you have been
our work, the people's work.
You have been. I have heard you on other radio stations asking talk show hosts to do the same thing. So
do you know that? Do you know that I'm on the mission doing my father's work?
Yeah. Well, you might want to. The information is available. You can access the information yourself.
Yes. So me I say no that the Governor General.
Yeah. And you shared that yesterday. You shared that yesterday as well.
But people call every day upon the same subject. So I want the country to find out this. The country is an outrage the other day. There is a racist insignia.
Which is very well known.
All right. So
yes,
this constitutional monarchy system of government that are rule over black people today in Jamaica.
Yeah, they must go. The Queen must go. The Governor General must go. The Prime Minister must go. Everybody must go. And
the Prime Minister
and
must
let
go
your
also.
people go. And let your people go.
No,
all right. Thank you.
Back to a kingdom of them own, a black empire that the sun shall not set upon.
Great. Thank you very much for the call. All the best. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's take another call that came in before Rascava, who is holding on the text line, which is the same as the WhatsApp number. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. All the best.
All the best to you too.
Yes, sir. Mr. Malcolm, the government going to have to start at 80 miles an hour to deal with crime in this country. And for that, for Haile Selassie, the look I know about Haile Selassie is that right now they want him in Ethiopia to prison him.
Where did you get that information from?
Long time ago I gathered that.
Oh, come on, man.
Want him in
Nobody.
Ethiopia right now to prison him. I don't know what for.
Even if that were true, nobody is hanged forever or punished forever. I'm not sure what would have caused you now to hearken to that. All right. Well, end of that story. Let's move on. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's see if we can take Rascava's call right now. Greetings, Rascava.
Yes, my brother. Greetings to you and all your listeners. That brethren who just called, he's an enemy of black people, you know.
No,
from here, an enemy of Ethiopia.
No, but that's a very strong way to put it.
He deserves a strong response to what he just said.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he doesn't regard himself as an enemy to black people.
No, but if you're an enemy to Ethiopia and the king, you're an enemy to yourself. and the black people.
Yeah,
I'm imploring him to call back and to say what crime the emperor is wanted for in Ethiopia. The most medaled man, the most honored man in the world. Let him come back and tell us what crime. The brethren who just called now before him, he's doing a very good and determined PR job. However, he does not get all his truth together. Because he was saying earlier on with Jesse that the Queen starts to rule over Jamaica from 1962 when we get independence. And that is not true. That's when the Queen rule should have ended. Because the Queen was, Jamaica was a state of England, Britain, until 1962 when they say we got independent, which is not really so. So that's not when the Queen started to rule.
In your opinion?
Tell me about that.
In your opinion?
What is my opinion?
It is a fact that Jamaica became an independent nation on the 6th of August, 1962. That's the status. That's the position that the country has enjoyed since 1962. You can always debate. You can always debate the vagaries of whether the country is truly independent because the monarch still has a place in governance of this country, etc. You can always debate that. But we know that on the 6th of August, 1962, Jamaica's status changed. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
3:45. Keep a gratitude journal and each day record at least one thing for which you are grateful. This can help to improve your sense of well-being. This mental health tip was brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
This Saturday from 9 p.m. to midnight, Pain Frequency goes bad and bougie. As DJs Narity, Kevin, Tropical, and Xavier keep you busy on the dance floor with today's biggest hits. Get on fleek in our VIP Zoom area with host Debbie Bissoon and party live on RETV, Pain 95, Hits 92, One Spot Media, and across all our social media platforms. Hashtag Pain Frequency. It's Pain Frequency. Bad and bougie. Powered by Smirnoff Smash. How do you smash? Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Girl, I chew you little and comfortable. Wind up your body like a baby. Chop it a gun, you bring it up back.
Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas on Power 106 FM is now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. 1 hour of solid advice, great interaction, and a belly full of laughs. That's Dear Pastor, now 1 power-packed hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday here on Power 106 FM.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Yes, Rascava.
Before I go on, can you get a message to the program manager of your station?
Well, let's hope management is listening.
Well, I hope he does, because he has this annoying ad from last year that is turning away people from listening to the station, telling us that past a program cut to 1 hour. We were all listening when it was abruptly cut, and they didn't do it before the program cut. So why they keep telling us that it cut when we all know that? Give some poor people that flat to advertise something that they want the world to know about now.
Well, I wasn't aware of what you just said about the program being abruptly cut. I didn't know that. Well, it could, if that was in fact so, then perhaps this is making amends in terms of it could very well be a legal matter, which means a certain number of spots have to be run over a certain period of time to compensate for that which you spoke of a short while ago. I had no idea.
the night when it was on at 11, Pastor said, whoa, the program have to cut now, and it cut. Pastor said he was not called to a meeting to discuss or to tell the reason why. Yeah? It was from 2 or 3 hours to now 1 hour. And them never did tell nobody say it's going to be cut on a particular time that you are aware. So why come after I cut now and by 9? Me turn off the radio and me hear that. I just remember on the phone now, I mean I want to turn off the phone. But anyway, you see...
if I hardly see management here. I just come in as close to 2 o'clock as possible, and then I'm out of here as soon after 5 as possible. So I hardly see anybody to talk with, but yeah.
Please, sir, on behalf of the listeners of Power 106 who join your program every day, ask the management to send an email to management that he should send.
And by the way, management is more female than male, by the way.
Right.
The program's coordinator is female. The program's manager for radio services is female. And the general manager for electronic media services is also female.
I did call, and I was told she's not in. However, I should have left my number, which I did, that the call should have been returned. No, they're not returning. And it is not nice to the listeners and promoters of this station. But, I was saying that based on what my little elementary school knowledge is, that independent mean depend on self. I don't know what your education tell you what it means.
Rascava, the debate on independence in Jamaica is a perennial one. It's not going to end anytime soon. What has been factually recorded all over the globe is that on the 6th of August, 1962, Jamaica's status moved from a colony to an independent nation.
And that was not a true, because you cannot have an independent nation that depend on another country to decide what your laws should be and when it should be.
Britain does not decide on what Jamaica's laws should be.
Who signed it? Who signed our plans into law?
Whether or not whoever signs what, the laws are developed by the legislators, all 63 of them, in the two houses of parliament, both the House and the Senate.
They suggested the things that they want to have, but it cannot be in law.
There is absolutely no precedence for that. Absolutely none. Absolutely no precedence for that. The nation of Jamaica makes its laws and implements its laws accordingly.
So why did the Governor General's signature or the Queen's authority have to be used in making it applicable or functional as a law?
Because the Queen is still the head of state.
Right. So that's
represented by the Governor General. But that's not unique to Jamaica, Rascava. It's Canada, it's Australia, so many other countries in the world. It is what it is. Nobody disputes whether Australia is an independent nation. Well, I've never heard you disputing that, or Canada, or any other country which came out of this.
Talk about Canada.
Right? So
I'm talking about my little place where I have.
Well, Rascava, as my late mother would say, you could have ball blood. August 6, 1962 is Independence Day. That's when Jamaica officially became an independent nation.
Politically
and
independent.
you can't change that. It is what it is.
Political independence. So
you can continue the debate which people dust off ever so often about whether we're truly independent or not, and when will we remove the Queen as head of state, etc., etc., etc. You can always continue that debate, and that will go on forever. But
we
that
need,
doesn't
and it's what a
change.
general need to go.
That doesn't change what happened on the 6th of August, 1962. The witnesses were there in their thousands.
Yeah, people have to do what they have to do, man, when the big stick over their head. So that's why I said the debate will continue. So we allow it next up for next time. But you see, what I was talking about, the virgin from the up on the hill there. He's a very persistent PR. I hope they're treating him very well. However, they need to really help him out with his presentation before he makes them. One of them, again, he was talking about to get rid of the independence thing where we have and say it's not so. And we need to take onto ourselves the red, gold, and green with a black star. That does not represent black people. The first flag that Ethiopia gets, which was Kush, which was the whole of Africa, until they divide it up and call it this and that and the other. It was the red, gold, and green that ruled the whole black nation. And it was a lion in it, not a star that is now Ghana flag. So if he's going to be promoting Ghana flag, he's still not promoting black people the way he wants us to believe. They need to get rid of that Ghana flag and use the flag that His Imperial Majesty uses to come to Jamaica and give those medallion, using my word, he call it insignia, to the Rastas when he came here. He did not come under the banner of a star in the middle of a red, gold, and green. He come with the red, gold, and green with the lion, the conquering lion, as it symbolizes. Give thanks, Mr. Malcolm.
Thanks for the call, Raskaba. Take care.
Heal up yourself, Kim. Bless up.
All right, take care. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Can we clear some messages? We haven't done that in a while. Rose McIntosh says, I agree with Raskava. Read the information about Dear Pastor, etc., etc. I find it totally off-putting, Mr. Malcolm. We have suggested before, and we'll suggest again, that perhaps you and Raskava and others would put it in writing, or just put it in writing, send it to us, and we'll forward it to management, so that not that management is not aware. We're sure management is aware of the backlash arising from the playing of this particular recording. So it is. Thank you for your message, Rose. Can we go to, let's go to WhatsApp and see the messages that are overflowing here and clear them as quickly as we can before we need to take the break. Nicola in Mandeville, good afternoon to you. Or Jajo Carasa says, set the shot spotters. That's what they use in the US. Yeah, that's something we have been suggesting for quite some time here in Jamaica. We're not sure we don't know what the police commissioner's position is on that, or the national security minister's position. Sylviana Johnson, good afternoon. Minister Miranda Ophelia Daly Sutherland says, Hola, both sides of this story. Although a long time was spent with this gentleman, a lot of information came out. Thanks for your patience, Dervan. Thanks for tuning in, Minister Miranda Ophelia Daly Sutherland in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Norman Hines, good afternoon to you too, and we accept your greetings to our listeners on behalf of the listeners. Faye Weller, good afternoon. Blessed love, she says. I'm here listening. Good to know that you are listening. The listener who goes by the moniker Harlem Uptown says, hello, Dervan. I will be calling in next week to give an overview of my visit in Jamaica 2 weeks ago. I have an opinion to lower the crime rate and what's this? To lower the crime rate and You have Troy Rust. Something is it trust? But you wouldn't want to lower crime though, or is it to increase trust? I just got home from the gym and was just told that both of the Rio hotels have closed again. We need to all work together, Jamaicans. Also, the commercial they're playing on air is not for Power 106. Which one is that? You mean which commercial? You mean the Fame FM commercial? I don't know if that's what you're talking. Give us some more on which commercial you're talking. But he also goes on to say what the company did to Dear Pastor is a wicked act. Well, again, I don't know what happened or didn't happen, but we would suggest to you as well, Harlem Uptown, that you write to the management of Power 106 FM if you feel that strongly about it. Hortense in Mandeville, Manchester says, who cares if Pastor's program's still on? It should be off air before it even started. And big waste of time. SMH had no idea that Dear Pastor program was still on air. LOL. So that's Hortense's position on Dear Pastor. There obviously are others who see things differently. Nicola in Mandeville, Manchester, and Harlem Uptown still with us. Audrey Smith, hello. Harlem Uptown uses the hashtag tourist. We'll come back to clear the myriad number of messages in just a moment.
At Wellington Dental, they offer cleaning, filling, whitening, and other services for the entire family. The time by Wellington Dental is
4 o'clock.
Tune into Farm Talk, 6:18 to 6:35 a.m. the first Tuesday of every month, and 6:18 to 6:45 p.m. the last Tuesday of every month for First and in the Field. Real issues, real solutions. Join the Newport First and team in the field as they identify problems and tell you how to address them. First and in the Field, real issues, real solutions is brought to you by Newport First and Jamaica Limited, the first on the land.
Listen to the story of the Jamaican diaspora on Diaspora Check-In every Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. during both sides of the story with host Dervan Malcolm, the story of Jamaicans at home and abroad. That's Diaspora Check-In every Wednesday during both sides of the story, brought to you by GK Western Union. Receive money directly into your bank account today.
Que ahora es en español, son las 4:01. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:01. 现在几点了？4:01分. A minute past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you had a checkup lately? If not, now is a good time. Let's not wait till we get sick to get a checkup. Kirkisha Salmon, good afternoon to you. Thank you for tuning in. Angela in Toronto, Canada, has joined us as well. Can we clear these other messages? Let's go to WhatsApp. Kenisha in Manchester on WhatsApp says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Hope all is well. I am inquiring about the land program that comes on. I have not heard it in a while and was wondering if it's discontinued. I'm very interested in talking to the lady who is always on about some land issues. Thank you and have a good day. We have to tell you, well, perhaps you don't listen on a Monday, Kenisha, because Land Solutions has been on every Monday. Maybe you need to check your listening schedule. Land Solutions is aired every Monday from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. every Monday. Kenisha, hope you got that. Land Solutions every Monday, 2:30 to 3:30. And it's been quite a number of years. I've lost count. I know I have it here somewhere. Let's see. I have it here somewhere. The anniversary of Land Solutions. Yeah, it's been quite a number of years. Let's see, can I pull it up? I think the month was it August? Let's see. Yeah. So the 8th of August. Well, it's going to take a little time to find the exact. Yeah, we have it there, but we know for sure the 8th of August is the anniversary of Land Solutions. Right. Hope you got that, Kenisha. Let's move now to this message. Really, one lab. Where does it start? Let's see. Let's go. The message says, "Hi. The new rules for COVID-19 PCR testing for people coming from Jamaica, etc. It's $150 at, and since we can't verify, this person is suggesting a particular lab affecting only the diaspora, affecting or serving. Public Health is providing it for residents of Jamaica. I believe they're taking advantage of the situation. The lab is not open every day to comply with the USA 72-hour window." And well, on the Visit Jamaica website, apparently, well, you have the information there, but I think, let me see. Let's see what let's bring this up and see what this is saying. The government of Jamaica has approved local private laboratories to conduct private COVID-19 testing on the island. Additional laboratories may be added to the list as new approvals are sought and accredited. Please refer to the website of the Ministry of Health for up-to-date information on further lab accreditations. And they have given the website address for the Ministry of Health and Wellness. There's a phone number, an email address, well, a couple of email addresses as well. And they've also listed the testing sites in Jamaica. But the concern of this person who messaged us, no, but hold on. You're saying there is one, but what? It's not one testing site in St. James. There's the one that you mentioned in your message, and I'm seeing here another one at a location that I know very well, and yet another. So I'm not sure. And this is for the PCR test, the polymerase chain reaction PCR testing method. For the antigen testing method, I'm seeing the same labs listed, and Montego Bay, well, St. James, the parish of St. James has 3 on the list that we recognize. So I'm not sure how you arrive at the position that there is only one, even with this information that you yourself has sent to us. You might want to check on that. Let's see. Let's go to moving up the line here. Good afternoon to Ricardo in Glengoff, St. Catherine. He's wishing a happy Sabbath to all the Seventh-day Adventists listening from across the world. When it comes at sunset, we join you in conveying Sabbath greetings. Wishing happy Sabbath to all Seventh-day Adventists. This one says, and the same message here from Ricardo says, my condolences to the family of Luton Shelton. He will be remembered for sure. Thank you for your message. We join you in conveying condolences to the family, friends, colleagues of the late former reggae boy, Luton Shelton. One of the, well, let's not start that now. Let's just go on to the other messages. This one says, Mr. Malcolm, New Year greetings. All the best to you. As it is, or the rate of how we're going on crime, violence, and murders, do you think we will get to the place live, raise families, and do business in terms of Vision 2030? Well, first of all, we have to hope and pray and work towards being alive uh, up to 2030. There's no guarantee there, absolutely none. To be able to experience whether Jamaica would have really and truly become the place of choice to live, raise families, and do business. We hope and pray for the gift of life to extend that far, to at least be able to see if, as a country, we realize that vision. The rest of the message says, cause people right now, business, people being robbed and killed. You live here, your place broken into, children being killed for their phones. No, I don't know of any child. There was one child years ago when cell phones started becoming more popular. And that was, I believe, somewhere at the intersection of Waltham Park Road and Hagley Park Road, somewhere in that vicinity, where a child was killed over a cell phone, someone trying to steal the youngster's cell phone. Now, we're knocking on wood as we're saying that, and we're hoping and praying and should work to ensure that no child has to lose a life because of a cell phone. The rest of your message goes on. Jewelry, people going about their business, robbed of their bags, phones, or chains. Owen, this is from Owen in Stony Hill. Thank you for your message, Owen in Stony Hill. We just have to continue to work. Those of us who work in the area of the twin areas of safety and security, keep getting better at what we do, keep employing the technology, keep building the level of trust in the society, keep working on that. And as individuals, we need to continue to be responsible, and from the standpoint of taking responsibility for our own personal safety, even as we rely on the state to provide the necessary cushions to minimize or mitigate or otherwise intercept possible threats to our lives and safety. Thank you for your message, Owen in Stony Hill. Here is another one. We missed a call from Richie Nebar in Massachusetts. Here's a message from Verol in Alberta, Canada. Verol in Alberta, Canada says, Ras is right. The ads about the Dear Pastor show are annoying from November until now. Blessings, my brother. Thank you for your message, Verol in Alberta, Canada. There's a voice note that we would have to listen to. Maybe in the break coming up, we'll listen to the voice note to determine whether we can play it. Jennifer from Q Road in Kencott, good afternoon to you. Thank you for your listenership and support. H. Morgan in Birmingham has shared with us, and not for the first time, because the newspapers do this from time to time, a picture of, this is Spanish Town Road, I think. Yeah, it's really bad near to the examination depot. Terrible, terrible. So in today's edition of The Observer, at least the online edition based on this picture, fix the roads. MPs urged to fix roads, and the accompanying story by Balfour Henry. So H. Morgan, in response to this, says, good afternoon. Once again, Mr. Malcolm, we're having heavy snow at the moment, and that's in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Stay warm, H. Morgan. He says, COVID lock us down. No, sorry. H. Morgan is in Birmingham. I beg your pardon. H. Morgan is in Birmingham. He says, COVID lock us down now. Snow doing the same. Mr. Malcolm, I just saw in the Observer the condition of some of the roads in the country. I'm sure these conditions cause some of the accidents on the roads. It's time the authorities do better. And thank you for your message. They have started some work out at KIW, what used to be Kingston Industrial Works. I know the area very, very well. I was conceived at Bell Road Industrial Estate, in a manner of speaking. Know the area very, very well. And so we know that some work was done in the vicinity of Myrie Avenue. Is it Myrie Avenue, Myrie Lane? I'm trying to remember from childhood days. But that intersection, that section has already been repaved. Not sure what's taking them so long to fix that section, which is near the examination depot, the motor vehicle examination depot. Not sure what's taking them so long, but we would imagine pretty soon that is going to be dealt with. And H. Morgan goes on to say, on the stand of independent Jamaica is an independent country. Jamaica chooses to become a member of the Commonwealth, just as all other Commonwealth countries. If who the Queen is head, just to clarify, Observer, yeah, right. H. Morgan, thank you for your messages.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15.
The Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce presents MIIC Live on both sides of the story with Dervan Malcolm every first and third Thursday at 3:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. Learn more about the manufacturing strategy, modernization in trading, foreign direct investments, and much more right here on Power 106 FM. This broadcast of MIIC Live is brought to you by the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce.
Join Jason Downer, Dawit Jeffrey, and Sekou Hunter every second and fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. live and exclusively on Power 106 FM for Magaba's Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Do you have a son? Are you the guardian for boys? Do you teach or work with boys? What are some of the challenges you face? Are you searching for answers? Are you concerned about the state of our nation boys and males in general? Raising boys, teaching boys, preparing boys. Magaba Raising Boys and the Journey to Manhood. Join us.
The poor man's wealth is in a holy place.
Que hora es en español? Son las 4:17. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:17. 现在地点了4:17 分. 17 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Have you done your homework yet? If not, now is a good time. Good afternoon to all schoolers listening to us, all the students from the early childhood level to the secondary level. Trust you had a productive day of learning today. Hope you also managed to get in some physical activity, just as important as mental activity. We know you're you're undergoing a lot of stress in more ways than one, young people. Some of you haven't been able to catch up or to feel a part of a learning experience even in these times. But as long as you have your faculties about you, young people, you can learn. We've shared on this program before that, well, there are those who might need some help with their reading, and we have to try and help those as best as possible in our communities, etc. But once you're in a position to read, once you're able to read, those young people who are able to read, just as how you can go on and check the latest on this artist and that artist and who is splitting up with who, and just as how you can check on Instagram and WhatsApp and Facebook and YouTube and so on and so forth, you can check on subjects. There are lessons that are being taught on YouTube. So even if you have a difficulty reading, in fact, those videos on YouTube can help you with your reading, because then you'd be hearing how certain words are pronounced, even though you might still have a problem with the spelling, etc., etc. But use up those tools. We have never had more learning tools and learning materials and learning options in the history of the world than we have now. Never has it been so fulsome, and there's an appropriate use of the word fulsome. Right. Never before have we had it this. So young people, yes, go ahead and play your games. That's fine. Nothing wrong with playing games. I don't necessarily have a problem with young people playing video games, because it teaches them to focus. Watch how focused a child is when that child is playing a video game. Mommy calling, daddy calling, sister calling, brother calling, and he or she isn't budging because they're playing the video game. They're focused. They don't want to lose the video game. And it's the same level of focus, young people, we have been encouraging you to bring to your work when it comes to that time. But learning tools and materials are all over. And there are teachers and school administrators who have been hopping on bicycles, motorcycles, jumping in their motor vehicles, distributing physical material, printed material. And so we want to once again salute all those who have been trying to keep our children engaged. We don't live in a perfect world. We don't live in a perfect society. It's not perfect. And our schooling, even if you go way back in time, our schooling has never been perfect. Our schooling has never been perfect. But as Mark Twain once said, he never allowed his schooling to interfere with his education. He never allowed his schooling to interfere with his education. So everything that's happening around you and to you and for you and with you and without you, etc., all over, that's all a part of your schooling. There are multiple lessons to be learned. There are poems that you can write as one tool in responding to what is happening around you. Write poetry, write stories, work on your writing, write some short stories, write some stories about your experience, which you can then present in a test or exam. You can get your practice from now. You have been having all these experiences, so you're not short of material. You're not short of content to put in your essays. There are options, young people. There are options. And we keep saying, those of us who are adults, those of us who are empowered to take care of our young people, as parents, guardians, educators, etc., or just those who really care about children, let's continue to do all we can to support them. Let's just keep supporting our children, especially in this time. But young people, don't allow your schooling to interfere with your education. Education, young people, is your passport. Education is your visa. Education is your plane ticket. It will take you everywhere. Everywhere. And you don't even have to leave Jamaica for it to take you everywhere. Because you can be serving the world just by virtue of the technology from right here at home in Jamaica. There you go, young people. Put your thoughts, whatever you're experiencing, try to write some poems. Try to create songs. Do a little sing-jay, a little singing, a little DJing, record yourself, do some art, do some painting, paint your emotions, put your emotions on canvas. Show us what you're feeling on canvas or in your drawing book or on some other piece of paper. Remember, young people, socialization makes you educable. Education makes you trainable. Training makes you employable. And the right attitude makes you successful. Homework time, young people. Thank you so much for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. Just before we go back to the phone lines, 876-922-4112-5, a message from the listener who goes by the moniker Guardian Angel. He says, "Peace be upon you, Malcolm. I proclaim a great year for you and family and Power family." Thank you very much, Guardian Angel. He says, "Let me express my disgust in respect to the incessant, undignified promo Read Dear Pastor's program. It is really an assault on the host of the program and the listenership of Power 106, Guardian Angel." We thank you for your message. Again, we trust that management is listening, and at the earliest opportunity, we will share with management the barrage of comments that we've been getting with respect to the Dear Pastor promo, what at least one caller has pointed out, played out on air, which I don't know anything about. When Dear Pastor comes on, for years now, I'm in bed. That's my bedtime. That's just the way it is. So I don't know these things. I don't have any information either. I come in, I do my work, and I go home. I don't have a desk here at Power 106. So there you go. But let's just hope that we can bring some closure to that situation, whatever that situation is. Let's continue with the messages. Let's go to Yvette. Yvette says, "Have a great weekend." Thank you very much, Yvette. Same to you. Trisha. I'm not sure what is Trisha. Trisha Nureep saying, "Murderers get drugs, liquor, sex, and phone from dirty officers. Do you agree or disagree?" I don't have any information along those lines. We know there is corruption everywhere, not least of all among the people themselves. We the people. We always talk on this program. Some people believe we think that corruption is the preserve of politicians, police, pastors, prisoners. No, let's not forget people. We the people who don't fall in any of those categories. Some of us are perhaps more corrupt than the very people we're always pointing fingers at. But thank you for your message. I'm not sure we can help you at this stage in terms of agree or disagree. Corruption is everywhere. It's not unique, as you describe, as dirty officers. We have dirty public officials, etc., etc. So What we must work to do is to create institutions that are so resilient, to use that oft repeated term, especially in this age of COVID-19, more resilient institutions that cannot be brought down by one individual who just happened to have occupied the leadership of that institution for a day, a week, a month, a year, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. Yeah. Thank you very much for your message. Where are we going now? Let's go to, oh no, we have been neglecting those who have been sending us text messages. Goodness, sorry about that. Let's go to the text line. In fact, we have a couple of messages from yesterday we didn't get around to reading. So sorry about that. This one says, it's my opinion neocolonialism is focused on creating insidious, divisive attitudes and deaths in unconquered Jamaica. The monkey government of PNP and GLP imposed on Jamaicans is vividly described in the story of the pesky monkey. A man tried to domesticate a monkey, but after many years he failed to tame the very mischievous monkey. Now he wished to be rid of it. One day he got a very bright light. Standing in front of a mirror, he sharpened a razor, shaved, sharpened it again, and placed it on a table, left the room, and leaving the door ajar, watched as the pesky monkey mimicked what he did, but cut his throat. Thanks for your message, Viziniri in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:30. The following is a program advisory from Power 106 FM. Please be advised that the program Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas has been reduced to 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday, starting Monday, November 2. That is Dear Pastor, now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Power 106 FM apologizes for any inconvenience this program change may cause. The proceeding was a program advisory from Power 106 FM.
This Saturday from 9 p.m. to midnight, Pain Frequency goes bad and bougie. As DJs Narity, Kevin, Tropical, and Xavier keep you busy on the dance floor with today's biggest hits. Get on fleek in our VIP Zoom area with host Debbie Bissoon and party live on RETV, K95, Hits 92, One Spot Media, and across all our social media platforms. Hashtag Pain Frequency. It's Pain Frequency. Bad and bougie. Powered by Smirnoff Smash. How do you smash? Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Girl, I chew you little and comfortable. Wind up your body like a rail. Chop it down, then you bring it up back.
Poor people is poverty. The poor man's wealth is in a holy place.
Que hora es en español? Son las 5 menos 28. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 5 heures moins 28. 现在地点了5点28分. 28 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Do you know where your children are? Are they where they're supposed to be? Doing what they're supposed to be doing? It's a good time to check up on the children. A good time for us to continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Power 106 FM, Viziniri in Savannah Lamar, Westmoreland, has another couple of messages here. Dervan, I don't have a smartphone, so I can't see what is your background live. So I imagine it being a world map. No, it's not. It's sound enhancement paraphernalia. He says in another message, if you are qualified and edified with good moral discipline and something is missing here, renowned as a gang of corrupt persons is hiring, would you apply for the job? Well, you have answered your question by virtue of how you started it. Visionary in Savannah Lamar, you asked if you are qualified and edified with good moral discipline. So that answers the question. Thank you very much for your message. Although there are those who might argue that if you're really serious about making a difference and making a change, in fact, Barack Obama, there's a quotation attributed to Barack Obama, be the change you want to see. So there's a school of thought that says if you are serious about being a part of that change, get in the fight, get in the game. I think Obama also said, I saw this on a actually saw this on a shower curtain. Yes. Words to the effect, if you, oh gosh, something about the game. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. The Barack Obama quotation. Yeah, can I find it? Can I find it? But it had to do with game. If you goodness. Yeah, it really is a powerful quotation. Let me try this. See if I can find it. Change the game. Quotation. Barack Obama. Let's try. Can we find it? All right, let me see if this is it. Got to change. Well, this is not the one I'm looking for. But this one says it's not just enough to change the players. We've got to change the game. Which on the face of it makes sense. Because we change the players. Look at the administration of our affairs as a country. We're constantly changing the players. We change political parties. We change ministers of national security. We change police commissioners, etc., etc. So it might very well not be, the problem might very well not be the personnel, but the game itself. The environment in which the players, in inverted commas, are operating. Perhaps it's about changing how the environment is managed, the particular space is managed, that will give rise to real change, as opposed to just changing the players. Oh goodness, is this it? It really is a powerful quotation. I'm really hoping to find it. No, this is not it. But yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not finding it. No, but it's a powerful quotation. We'll try and do some more checks after the program. See if we can find it. Let's continue with more of your messages here on your program, both sides of the story, Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. Miss Evadne says, good afternoon to you, Mr. Malcolm. Greetings to you and all at Power 106. Let's hope everyone is doing great and keeping safe from the coronavirus as best as possible. Give my congratulations to President Biden and his Vice President. May God bless them. I heard this quote on a radio station. Don't lean your ladder on the wrong wall. I love this one, Miss Evadne White. Don't lean your ladder on the wrong wall. That's loaded. Thank you very much for that one, Miss Evadne. Don't lean your ladder on the wrong wall. Here's a message from Joan on our text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346. Where do we start? She has sent us a few messages. Goodness. Let's see. Let's read from the first. Oh. Today is the 22nd, right? Let's see. Yeah, this one says, good day, Dervan. I don't think Power 106 FM cares, or they would take the constant reminder of the cancellation of Dear Pastor off the air a long time ago. This annoyance is just a reflection of the society. It's not a cancellation, but a reduction in the time. But there we go. Another voice being added to that chorus. Joan says, when you have found the guns, set up camps run by the army, the church, civil society, and the business community to educate our people, revisit the National Youth Service. We do not fear, well, the National Youth Service is still very much around. It's a part of the Heart Trust NSTA. We do not fear death as most of us do, most of us do not value ourselves. How then can we value the lives of our brothers and sisters? Impossible. Good day, Dervan. Government, please have a collaborative approach to crime fighting. We need to get the church, civil society, including the business community and the opposition on board. We have been going through this since the 1970s. It needs to stop. Curfews and states of emergency or new laws that you can't enforce will not help. We need to find the guns, have a better trained police force with the state-of-the-art technology, which you can't afford, and a better arrest rate. There are no consequences for our actions. We need to start there. Thank you again, Joan, for your multiple messages. I think we have cleared those now. More messages coming in on WhatsApp. This one says, good afternoon. Why inmates in Jamaica don't have the access with telephones? Some of them have to be going through a lot to talk to their families. I think it's inhumane. I'm not familiar with how our correctional service operates and the protocols with respect to phone calls, since cell phones are banned for obvious reasons. But we perhaps would have to have a talk with the minister without portfolio in the Ministry of National Security, the Honorable Matthew Samuda. Maybe he could enlighten us with respect to the protocols, the procedures in our penal institutions when it comes to the use, the legal use of the phone, the legal use of phones. Valerie Rochester, hello to you. Thank you very much for tuning in as usual. We'll read that story that you've shared with us at the earliest opportunity. Angela is in Toronto, Canada, and she's informing us. She says, hi, Dervan. Do you remember my friend, Sharon? We both visited with you on a couple of your broadcasts here. Condolences to her and family. Sadly, her mom passed away this morning. We do remember Sharon. I remember that afternoon we were broadcasting from Jamaica's Consulate General in Toronto, Canada, 303 Eglinton Avenue East, I think is the address, something like that off the top of my head. And you stopped by with your friend Sharon. We're sorry to hear of the passing of her mom. Please convey our condolences to her and her family on our behalf. Terribly sorry to hear. All the best. More on your program, both sides of the story. Power 106 FM. One of our regular listeners, Mason, we came across a message. It was an email. Here we go. This one. He says, Feliz Año Nuevo, Senor Malcolm. Let us point, which is Happy New Year. Let us point with pride to some great people Jamaica has produced. VP Kamala Harris, Dr. Louis Bennett, Dr. Henry Lowe, Mutty Perkins, and I'm going to skip over the next name because you're very kind. That's all I'll say. You're very kind. And he calls some other names as well. But please, no, I'm not worthy. Please. But thank you for your kind consideration. He had sent a previous email message. I found this, it is quite incredulous to believe that the Vice President of the USA, Kamala Harris, the daughter of a Jamaican father and Indian mother, they only mention her mother's heritage. I know procreation is between both male and female. Is the male role being diminished gradually? But here's the beautiful thing about this life, if we can call it beautiful. Whatever is, and whatever the situation. Sorry, let's just take the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:45. Dear Pastor with Reverend Dr. Aaron Dumas on Power 106 FM is now 1 hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday. 1 hour of solid advice, great interaction, and a belly full of laughs. That's Dear Pastor, now 1 power-packed hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Thursday here on Power 106 FM.
It's Saturday from 9 p.m. to midnight. Pain frequency goes bad and bougie. As DJs Narity, Kevin, Tropical, and Xavier keep you busy on the dance floor with today's biggest hits. Get on fleek in our VIP Zoom area with host Debbie Bissoon and party live on RETV, K95, Hits 92, One Spot Media, and across all our social media platforms. Hashtag Pain Frequency. It's Pain Frequency. Bad and bougie. Powered by Smirnoff Smash. How do you smash? Must be 18 years or older to drink. Drink responsibly.
Girl, I show you little and comfortable. Wind up your body like a rail. Chop it down, girl, you bring it up back.
Que ahora es en español, son las 5 menos 13, que le retire en français les 5 heures moins 14. I beg your pardon. Il est 5 heures moins 13. 现在地点了5点13分. 13 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon here at Broadcast House, 32 Lyndhurst Road, Kingston 5, St. Andrew, Jamaica. Good afternoon to all working Jamaicans tuned in to both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM. It's a good time for us to ask ourselves, how productive have we been today? How productive have we been today? Just to go back to the point we were trying to make in between, just before the break, whatever, whether it is real or imagined, whether perception or reality, in terms of all that is being said about Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris and her father, none of it can change the fact that Professor Emeritus at Stanford University, Donald Jasper Harris, is Kamala Harris's father. It cannot be erased. It's just a fact of life. So whatever the scenario, situation, as we said, whether real, imagined, reality, fact, fiction, whatever it is, in terms of the relationship, it doesn't and will never, ever change the fact that this Jamaican man, Professor Emeritus Donald Jasper Harris, is Vice President Kamala Harris's father. Just a fact of life. It is what it is. It is what it is. Well, thank you very much for your message. Who sent that message, was it? Yeah. Let's see. Angela in Toronto, Canada is remembering. She says, yes, we both, I hope your employers are not listening. I'm going to read it. Yes, we both skipped work part of the afternoon. That's the basis on which they were able to come and see me at the Consulate General, at Jamaica's Consulate General at 303 Eglinton Avenue East in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. She says, think that was your first time here. No, man, that would not have been the first time, Angela. Think again. I don't think that was the first time. First Canada trip. Let me see. Well, my first Canada trip would have been not even to Toronto. It was to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And I thank Carol Francis for that. Carol Francis is just a wonderful human being. She, whenever she comes across certain opportunities, she's quick to share with her friends and colleagues. She loves to share. And thanks to Carol Francis, that's how we ended up in Canada for the first time, and not Toronto, but Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, late November, early December 2012. That was the first trip, Angela. But of course, obviously, subsequent to that, we've made numerous trips to Canada. Let's see. And Angela says, boy, your memory good. Although I don't know the address, know how to get there and the building. In reference to 303 Eglinton Avenue East, the Jamaica Consulate General in Canada, Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Any questions? We can't recall, says Angela, in reference to that day when they left work early to come and see us at the Consulate General. Well, I didn't know. I speculated after they turned up, so I wasn't part of any conspiracy. Anyway, thank you for that reminder. The circumstances notwithstanding, again, condolences to Sharon and her family on the passing of her mom. Let's go to this message now. Good afternoon. Were you listening to Hotline 12:30 p.m. Today? You have 12:30 p.m. this afternoon, but you don't need, once you use the p.m., you don't need to say afternoon, because p.m. means afternoon anyway, in the sense that, well, with the time, you have 12:30 here, and you have 12:30 p.m. this afternoon. p.m. there is already telling us that it's afternoon. So 12:30 p.m. or 12:30 this afternoon. Right. Anyway, we don't like to miss those teachable moments. And if so, did you hear what the gentleman told Mrs. Shields to do? Yes, I was listening, but here's another error you have made. That was not a gentleman. That was not a gentleman. I don't use that word loosely. The word gentle does not mean soft necessarily, does not mean wishy-washy, as some people think. The word gentle there refers to a cultured individual. A gentleman is a cultured individual. That individual knows, the gentleman knows how to comport himself, how to treat a lady, how to be responsible, how to take responsibility, how to take care, etc. We could go on. Gentleman. So a gentleman is a cultured individual. Just like lady, a lady is a cultured individual. She knows how to sit when she sits. She knows how to carry herself. She knows, just like the gentleman, right? So there you go. I was listening and I did hear, and let's see the rest of your message. He's lucky to live in a democratic free world to air those words where kids are listening, because certain countries he would have been executed. Rude and bright. Thanks for the corrections, he says. Thank you very much for your message, which is why we have to be so careful, those of us who are the gatekeepers for these programs where people call to express themselves. That's why we have to be so careful. Or sometimes you never know. Somebody's talking and seemingly coherent, relatively speaking, because this individual sounded as if he needed a little help. Let's just leave it at that. But for the most part, his comments were airworthy until, like a last lick, as we say in Jamaica, he just blurted out what he blurted out. It wasn't as strong as everything else he said before that, but those of us who were listening keenly would have heard what he said. Thank you for your message. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. We have a call on our WhatsApp line. Oh, look at the time. Let's see. It's going to be a quick one. Hello. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Yes, thank you very much. It's going to be quick. Just a question I want to ask you. Listening over time, since the election, since the swearing in of the vice president, I just want to ask one question. Let's say, suppose her father was born in Africa, and he came to Jamaica, had Kamala. What would Africans claim Kamala as African?
Yeah, once there's a connection. I mean, I'm always happy to claim anyone who has a Jamaican connection, whether grandmother, great-grandmother, whoever. Once there's a connection to Jamaica, always happy to celebrate that person.
Okay, but why I ask that question? I listen to your show regularly, and I hear a lot of gentlemen coming on and talking about Africa and our link to Africa. But, I'm not telling ones what to do, but just as how we wanted to claim her as Jamaican, why are we afraid to claim, as all of us here, our ancestors are from Africa? But if you tell a Jamaican that you are African descendant, or they say, no, I am Jamaican, I want to stay as Jamaican. But it's kind of confusing why, when they are born elsewhere, they are quick to claim. Just consider the whole thing, you know.
Yeah, I'll answer in wrapping by saying again, it is what it is. Barack Obama has a Kenyan connection, a Kenyan father and an American mother. You can't, but you can't change. Nobody can change that. It's a combination of a Kenyan. Kenya being a country on the African continent, and an American. So
yes, I understand that. But just to be quick again, I only want to know that, because it is a fact that our ancestors are from Africa, and it would mean a lot, or seem a little bit more pleasing to me, I don't know about other people, if we were quick to claim, even we in Jamaica, even though we were born here.
Well, we have to wrap. Freedom of choice. It boils down to freedom of choice. People can choose. As we say, the people are free to be whatever they want to be and to do whatever they want to do, as long as that freedom doesn't infringe on another person's freedom. So if people want to claim, if they want to claim a particular nationality or not, it is what it is. But we have to go. We have to go. We're out of time. Out of time. Why you call so late, man? Sorry about that. Call again on Monday, all things being well. We have to go. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Friday, the 22nd of January, 2021. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, Both Sides of the Story returns Monday afternoon, 2 to 5. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Have a safe weekend.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
5 o'clock.
News, comprehensive, powerful, and credible.
Power 106 FM now presents a simulcast of Radio Jamaica's news at 6.
Good afternoon, I am Dervan Gordon. Coming up in the news segment of Beyond the Headlines today, Friday, January 22, 2021. Country still in the dark whether there are more cases of the highly contagious COVID-19 variant in Jamaica. Early evidence suggests the variant of coronavirus that emerged in the UK may be more deadly. There's a call for the government to allow private doctors to carry out tests for COVID-19 at their offices. Police probing the murder of a Canadian citizen in St. Anne. In business news, Proven Investments now only accepting applications for Jamaican dollar-dominated shares in its initial public offering. Now the details of the news on Radio Jamaica 94 FM and online at radiojamaica94fm.com. The country is still in the dark whether there are more cases of the highly contagious COVID-19 variant in Jamaica. The Health Ministry had sent samples collected from travelers in the UK from the last flight into the island last month to the Trinidad-based Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARFA. 4 passengers tested positive for the variant, and a second